Alright, DJ 411 the channel, man. We back with a whole new episode. I really appreciate this guest for pulling up, taking a busy schedule.
Yeah.
So taking the time out of your busy schedule, because I know we just talking. I would have had an intro for you.
Right,
I feel like you don't need no intro.
Yeah.
I feel like you don't need no intro.
How can I say this without coming off as arrogant?
Okay.
When you put your foot in the game for so long and you stay forefront, I don't think it needs to be an introduction.
Right.
But for those who don't know me, I am Hexx. I am the pioneer Vogue Fem for Florida, battler, choreographer, etc., etc., etc.
Right. Legend. How you feel about that word legend?
So, for me, a legend is someone who when say if whatever I do is brought up, my name is brought up. Okay. So first off, years in the game. One, you have to have years and impact in the game that you do. So when it comes to ballroom, I'm in my 12th year. I had my credentialing up to that point. Now it's up to our icons and legends to see that and then deem me. Right. But when it comes to dance, name one other person, be it in Florida or the US, that has put on for Vogue Fem. There's only 3 of us that I can name on top of my head. So with that, it's kind of like I can take the title, but even then, it's just like I don't want to let that go to my head and get lazy.
Right. I feel you. Speaking of lazy though, you like you said, you have been in this a long time. So what keeps you with this drive that you have to still be in the scene, still working on this machine? What keeps that drive at this point?
I think seeing the younger generation come in. My biggest thing, I think, even when starting dancing, was seeing the different people, how people approach it. Because I feel like once you find the way you approach it and you're good in that, and then you watch other people and you're like, oh wait, I didn't think about it that way. Let me take it that way and then play with it that way. It's kind of like a broadening effect. And then also, again, because I do the style that I do, seeing other people finally come in and be like, oh, because so-and-so is here, I can now come out here and do this stuff too. And it's just like, okay, the fruit of the labor is starting to pay off.
I like that. I love that, actually. And so let's just take it back real quick, because there's so much to unpack. We talking about years in the scene, in both scenes, and we talking about years of education that you've provided throughout your dance and also just throughout just educating period. You know what I'm saying? So when did you get into the Florida dance scene?
I think my first battle was like Circuit 4 or 5.
Yeah.
And it was like I want to say 2011, 2012.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, I say 12 and 13. I can't remember. So it was around that time because I remember we were leaving school to go to the battle. Oh yeah. So I feel like I was getting out and like going to that battle, and I was brought into the scene by 2 people who aren't here now. They became dads and like emigrated. Okay. But that was back when I was dancing at El Sopardo with like Urellis and all the studio fam, and then they're like, hey, there's battle scene. And I was like, oh, let's see what that's about. Yeah. That was my first one. It was a mess.
And by you doing this style of Vogue, how did they?
I tell people this all the time. There are reasons I think, and there are reasons that I know why it wasn't latched onto, especially back then. But I didn't make it out of prelims for like 5 years. Like I had to consistently go in over and over and over and over and over and over and over. Yeah. Just for them to even take note of the style. And then I think when it started to click, when I was able to take certain things that they could do and show it back to them, but through Vogue Fem.
I see that a lot too. Yeah. It displays still in your rounds and stuff like that. We do probably like a breaking helicopter move, or even the style of, I'm not sure how much experience you have in this style, but I see like a lot of ballet. Yes, I actually started dancing in the studio. Okay, so I was a studio kid first. Okay. No, that's fine. So like, when you was able to break through those 5 years and break through and overcome that prelim round, you get what I'm saying? Like, how was that feeling? Just as a dancer.
I mean, so I come from the generation of the b-boy, and I say like, I'm one of the people who are what I call the last generation of b-boys.
Okay.
Not me as a breaker, but because back then we had breaking and Allstyle at the same events, it was a tight situation. Back then it was like, if you weren't good, stay out of the circle. Back then it was earn your spot before anything. So it was kind of like, okay, I made it past prelims. Now I got to push. It wasn't like, oh yeah, I made it past prelims. No, now it's like, I made it past prelims. I have to push now to make them see I'm supposed to be here past prelims, right? That's when the actual battle started.
That's when okay. And so speaking of that though, we just had, I know they just had the beginner and intermediate battle, wherein a lot of the ones that didn't make it past prelims or don't normally make it past prelims was able to showcase and move forward to top 8, top 4. So just seeing how it kind of took a turn in the scene from that mentality to now, like, what's your thoughts on that, just as a, hierarchy?
One, I love that we're pushing the younger group, because our biggest thing now, a lot of the older dancers are either A, moving, or B, starting to travel out of state and battle that way. So we're not more so battling in state.
Right.
But I believe Florida is one of the heaviest when it comes to battle, like just one, broad range of styles, and two, just the eloquency and what we bring when it comes to battles. So seeing them and giving them a chance to be like, okay, this is what we have to do, yada, 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 or give them the chance to feel that fire of getting to a certain point and then pushing through, it's great. And then the best part about that was that we did have some of the older dancers who were there to support. So now it's like, now we have some of the older dancers who have eyes on certain people who are like, okay, I can help them when they need it, or I can help them when they need it. Or if the people who were there had questions, they could come to one of them and be like, hey, I have a question, yada, yada, yada. Right. So yeah, I like it. I hope there's more of that, but I also want them to understand that intermediate and beginner, when you go into the pool where the people who have been doing it for a minute happens, doesn't mean stop. Like, if you don't make it through, doesn't mean stop. It means keep pushing, because now you're actually treading the water that you're supposed to be treading.
Right. Speaking of, you mentioned about how older dancers that were in the scene before moved away. We noticed, or I noticed, that you never did that. You never moved away. You stuck to the Florida scene, and you stuck on working this machine instead of choosing to work elsewhere.
So with the inventions of like planes and trains and cars and things, I have the ability, and luckily I have the money to be able to fly out to certain things that I want to go to, or that stuff like that. But my biggest thing, and especially when it comes to people like Queen Lean, or when it comes to people like Yummy, comes to people like Hans and them, we're trying to build up Tampa, Orlando, Miami as dance meccas. Like, okay, we understand, LA's fun and cute and oversaturated. And if you notice, anyone from our scene who goes out there is dominating at this point. And then, of course, we have Texas, who has a big dance mecca. We have all the places that have these big meccas, but it's like Florida is slowly starting to build up. And I would like it to have the point where they don't have to fly to LA to be a part of like an agency or something. They don't have to fly there. They don't have to fly there where the money's coming in, where the jobs are actually here. And that's my biggest thing. So yeah, if I'm in Florida, I could have someone like, hey, they're doing this and so. If you had a time off, come fly out there. I'll fly out there, get the gig, do what I gotta do, and come back. Like, I have that luckily that blessing to be able to do that. But not everyone has that. So obviously I want to try to build up Florida, or see what I can do to bring that stuff here. And that's the biggest gap, like to keep dance alive, but also give people more opportunities to be able to make money while dancing.
Yeah.
So it doesn't go to the wayside because they have to focus on making money, especially in this damn economy.
Yeah, I know that. But that's the business side that a lot of the newcomers don't always get to see, don't always get to hear about. That's why it's like, it's good for things like this. And also I know a lot, you mentioned Jolene, she was doing a lot of seminars and stuff like that. And like whenever these come about, we want to make sure that we all go. We want to make sure that we all like attend and learn, what I'm saying, educate ourselves.
Because that's the biggest thing. Like if we don't show up for us, who is?
Right.
And then even like we have certain battles who are just style based. That's style I don't even do. I'm gonna pop up. Yeah. Why? Because I'm gonna show the support. Hey, I'm here. I see it. I want y'all to know that, hey, I'm in that space.
Right.
Same thing when it comes to just not even dance related. If it's just community building, if it's just information gathering, if it's just, hey, this is what's going on in the scene. We don't like this and we like this. We need to be able to have that time to be like, to come together and be like, hey, this is what it is. Yeah. And that's another thing I'd like to work on, especially with the older dancers. If there's issues or something in the scene and it's brought to another dancer, who, first off, I'd want dancers, the young dancers, to be like, who do you feel more comfortable with bringing your problems to?
Right.
And then who in the scene would be a person that would be able to be like, hey, that stops. Or we want to talk to you about this because this is an issue type situation. Because I don't want there's a lot of stuff going down in other scenes that I would never want to happen here. And just to get ahead of that and be like, hey, we have a way to deal with that. And again, so that's something that Jolene is actually looking at right now, but she's also trying to build a studio, so.
Yeah. Multitasking. Yeah. That's what's up, though. That's what's up. And I feel like that's what all great leaders come into part. And, it works out for everybody when you have somebody that's leading like that. But speaking of, mentioning flying out and everything, LA, Red Bull, 8v8. How was that?
First off.
Yeah, I know my transitions is good.
No, not that. Oh. That I hated my rounds in LA. I hated them so much.
Why was that?
I flew to LA, thanks to Red Bull. I flew to LA to just watch, right? And then she and Yo were like, hey, they're doing an all-style thing, you should do it. And I'm like, girl, there are international people here. I don't think I'm ready for an international stage. Like, and you can ask X, ask all of them that I told, and ask K. I was like, I don't think I'm ready for an international stage. I don't think I'm on that par level when it comes to it. Now, mind you, I've been having this thought for maybe like a year and a half. Even Dante caught it because I would always transition things to him or to another dancer because I'm like, I don't think I'm on that playing level when it comes to dance. Okay. So we get there, they sign up, yada yada yada. I'm literally just like, I'm just doing it, just do it. Mm-hmm. Right. And of course Hans and X and K are just like, what are you talking about? Yeah. So I go out there, I'm in the lineup, the last person lineup. First person gets a beat. I'm like, oh, okay. Second person gets a house track. Oh, okay. My group comes up, fucking hip hop. I'm like, oh. Yeah. I'm like, wow. So y'all want me to earn this? Yeah. Okay. So then I go up there and I do what I do and knock it out. And I'm like, I'm okay, whatever. Yeah. So the 180 people go, and then they call only 10 people who make it through. Yeah. Only 10. Wow. Wait, was it 10 or was it 8? I think, yeah, it was 10. So as they do it and like the judges return the score and we have time to wander around. Okay. I go back to the group and they're like, oh, you did good. I'm just like, yeah, whatever. And Rios is like, yo, no, you put on, no, you did good. And I was like, they gave me a fucking hip hop track. Like, I don't know why I do this or did this, I should say, because again, I never got my music for like 13 years. Mm-hmm. So I knew everybody else's music. So I'm just like, but I was like, I was in the mindset of like, if I had my music, I would do better. And that's how I felt or feel. So they call the names. 4 people called up, and they finally call my name. I'm just like, seriously?
Yeah.
So we go through, the battles happen, they get, the knockoffs happen, it goes through. 2 judges find me afterwards, and they're like, hey, when you went, I just want you to know, we see your style a lot, but it's never done in a way that, 1, is true to the style, 2, is digestible to people who don't do the style. And he said, your musicality and your movement when you do certain things is off the charts. And I took it to heart, and I was like, okay, that's great. And then of course, later on, a competition that I wasn't privy to, Hans and Hexx were like, you just gave another reason why people can't fuck with you like that. Like, you're on the international stage level type of dance.
Right.
And it kind of just from there it trickled, and that year was kind of crazy going up until obviously the beginning of this year. But yeah, I hated those rounds, but it was kind of a wake up call for me.
Okay. Wow, that's a lot. But just let's stay on that real quick. As far as the not feeling like you on the international level, what deter you from that? So
for me, again, as someone whose style comes from the queer point of view, a lot of things in dance are hip hop, or when I say hip hop, I mean the breaking aspect and the commercial or the more commercial style. It's more that way. Crumpers are big, can be big in the scene because as a battle, it's seen as a type situation where as they see Vogue Fem as this like soft or very feminine style dance that can't be or won't be as
dominant
in the scene. And it's like, but that style was actually created to battle. Like within the style within the community that it originated from, it was created to battle. It was created so there wouldn't be fights outside within the community. Whacking. And then another thing, they get whacking and bogan confused.
Oh, okay.
And they're like, oh, no, and that pissed me off too. But whacking was created more so as a community thing, as a way for them to whacking and punking, as a way for them to communicate, hey, we're in the same community. Same thing when it came to like house. House is a community style. It was something that done as a group to bring people together. Vogue Fem is not that. Vogue Fem is a battle style. And I think them having to 1, learn that, and then 2, having to figure out that, because everyone likes the dip, and it's just like the dip isn't the part that you're focusing on, it's the period.
Right.
It's the end of the sentence.
Right.
It's more so what I did before, the musicality that I used before that, what I used to get into the dip, and or how the dip is done, not the dip itself. Because it's going to happen. It has to happen. It's one of the 5 elements that we need to do when doing the style to be considered doing the style. But I just feel like the broader actual battle scene isn't ready for it, even though every TikTok is dotted with it or dance studio is dotted with it. That does not translate into the battle scene. So like, and then I've heard people say this, when people see me enter a battle, they'll always assume, oh, he's going to be hip hop, he's going to do popping. And then I start dancing, and they're like, "Oh, what the fuck?" Like even at in LA, he was like, "Oh, I thought you were gonna be a popper." Because even when you walked up, you were hitting, and I was like, "No, I was just catching the beat." And then I actually started moving, and he was like, "Oh wait, oh shit, that's not." And I don't think yet it's translated well. So that's why I look at it. I'm just like, I don't think I would translate well on an international stage. So it's just like, I'm not there yet. Maybe we'll give it some more time.
I get that. I understand that. But when you say that, you mean like all styles, or do you mean, because I'm pretty sure there's a lot of people that Vogue that's on the international stage.
So ballroom, which I wish would have stayed underground. Ballroom is international.
Yeah,
ballroom's international, period. We have balls and houses in Japan, in Russia, and like overseas.
Yeah.
So it originated here in the U.S., but it's international. But the thing is, it was an underground thing.
Yeah.
It just now started to get that upheaval, and then the big push when it came to Beyonce releasing her music and using actual. So it got a big push to the main scene, but with that came the watered down variations that are being taught.
Yeah.
So we have studios trying to teach this stuff, and the person that is teaching it has never walked a ball. Or we have people who go to a ball once or twice, and they're like, "Oh, I can teach." Or they don't walk the category that is Vogue Fem. Like, oh, I can teach. Whereas for me, if you are to teach Vogue Fem, you should be in whatever area, at least in the area that you're in, you should be someone when they tell them, they're like, oh shit, okay, yeah, he knows what he's doing. You should have wins.
Yeah.
You should probably have an OT of the year, which means you were top of the top, or at least be on the of the year. On the of the year choice bracket when it comes to that kind of stuff. So ballroom is a lot more structured than Allstyle is, and that's where I'm coming from. So it's like, yeah, when it comes to a ball, I can go overseas. It's just like doing the same thing over and over again. I'm not worried about what the next person has to say, because I know one of the 12 judges behind the thing is either a legend or an icon for something in ballroom. So they're going to get it. Whereas if I go to a dance event, the judges behind the panel might not even know the damn style exists. Right. It's like it can be like a hip hop or a popper and a breaker. Now I got to convince 3 people who are looking for something else that the style is valid and can be done.
Yeah, I feel that. Compare and contrast. You got the all-style scenes. You got the ballroom. You mentioned 12 judges against sometimes 3, sometimes 1. Take it away.
So in ballroom, there are houses. A house is, for layman's terms, it's your family. So whatever house you're a part of, you take on that last name.
Okay.
So if I was, I used to be a Revlon, so my name would be Hexx Revlon. I would come from the house of Revlon. So when you walk a ball, and I don't know, sometimes it matters, sometimes it doesn't. If you buy a table within the function that your house sits at, you're on the panel. So you could have up to 13 judges. But within our categories, you get your 10s, which means you go up there by yourself and you get looked at whatever category you're doing. One person cannot like you and you're done.
Wow.
It's not like how in Allstyle they let you do your round and they put points down and you just don't know what's going to happen. You get called up. No, if one person does not like you, and they do it in your face.
Yeah.
No, it's a chop. Get off the stage. Come back. We'll see you at the next ball type situation. Whereas again, over here, I don't got to worry about that. I can either I make it or I don't, but it's later down the line. I'm not embarrassed or something like that, where they call your name like, hey, you didn't make it.
Yeah.
Also, there's always 1 or 3 to 4 or maybe 5 judges where I know I'm going to have like 13 plus.
Right.
Also, in politics, say if the houses don't get along, they will chop you. If the houses don't get along, they will chop you. If you were a good person in whatever style you did or whatever category you walked in ballroom, and you're supposed to go to a certain house because the house wanted you, but you said, "No, I'm gonna go to this house instead." They will chop you. Not all the time, but political things happen a lot. So so now you're going off and you're like having to navigate how that spectrum too. Whereas again over here, if you don't like me, you can't do shit. So, but again, in Allstyle, you can call a judge out.
But that can't happen over there.
You ain't shit, do you? They don't give a fuck. They don't care. They don't care. But the thing is, and that's what also, like, say if I'm walking and a legend chops me, right? I have to wait until that legend walks my category or until I get legendary status to get them back. Like, and also within ballroom, they have the pick your bitch type situation where say you get your 10s, you make it through. Now you have to battle. There is no bracket or anything like that. A commentator, the person on the mic who's running the function, will say, okay, you and you, or they'll be like, if you're bad, pick the person you want. and they'll be like, hey, I want you. If you got beef with somebody in the lineup, hey, bring that ass here.
Yeah.
And then line it up and they'll go. Whereas in Allstyle, it's just a bracket pick. Honestly, I want to throw an event and be like, hey, this is your top 16. You pick someone you want.
That'd be hard.
Like, if you're not scared, you'll do it.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So, but that's another thing. Also, there's a big price difference between ballroom and Allstyle.
Yeah.
When it comes to ballroom, you're playing like $30, $40 to get to a function. When it comes to Allstyle, it's in the $10, $15 range.
Right.
Well, except for one event. But in ballroom, you're paying for the ticket to get in. You're paying for watching all the functions, the food. They have something there, yada, yada, yada. On top of that, your house might buy a table, which comes with food, drinks, and other things that are on that table, like whatever purchase price you have. And then, of course, when you go to Allstyle, there's not a thing. One thing they do have in common is musty people. I hate, like, how do you know you're going to come to a function and sweat and not bring an extra shirt or deodorant?
Yeah.
That irks the fuck out of me. But yeah, those are the big differences when it comes to the two scenes.
Yeah.
Oh, and in ballroom, we have a state board with all the houses that are in that state that talk to each other. We have a like regional, and then we have the US board. So there's like, they all connect back to each other. Yeah, that's...
So there's a lot more to unpack with the ballroom, so to say. And is this more like, do you feel like it's more, it's for the dance as well, but it's more so a show, like it's an actual event?
Yes.
Okay.
So the money and time that promoters put into a ball, it's basically supposed to encapsulize whatever theme that ball is. So they get the big ballrooms, they get the tables, the chairs, the food, the decorations. Like, it's not just like, hey, I'm going to rent this space and we're going to put the DJ booth here and the 3 judges chairs here and we're going to have a function. No, the decorations are done. The table is done in theme of the decoration. The decorations on the runway itself, the tables, the trophies they give out all fit that theme. The lighting fits that theme. It's an actual like production.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. Speaking of show though, and Red Bull, we're gonna tie those two together. A lot of art. So me, I'm kind of like half and half, right? I'm kind of the older generation, but I'm also kind of new generation where I had the luxury to talk with the young people that's coming up and then hear what they got to say and then bring it back to the older people. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of times, when it come down to, people getting picked for Red Bull and stuff like that. A lot of people be like on some why me not, type stuff. But I try to remind them that the people that gets picked, these people know how to perform as well as battle. Because there's a crowd at the end of the day that don't know nothing about what we doing. You know what I'm saying? What's your take on that? Just being able to perform and battle. And what's the difference?
So first, let me touch back to the whole Red Bull picking thing.
Okay.
So when Red Bull initially started this, they had someone who was not in the scene picking dancers. And it was based off basically your presence that you had or that they could find. Now, mind you, I as someone who holds the weight that I have was not picked until 6 or 7 years in. So I wasn't the first Vogue Fem that was picked to represent Florida.
Was it Star?
Yes.
Okay.
My daughter was the first one that was put in Star. She was the first one. But as Red Bull is learning, so they're trying to get their roots into the actual people who are in the scene and use them as, hey, that person seems good, or this person is doing a lot, or this person, to try to shake it up.
Right.
On top of having the battles, because I think people forget that the battle things that they have, where they pick from those people to give them a shot to get in.
Yeah.
They're not just, yes, some people get picked, but they're still watching everyone else who's in that bracket. Because you might not get picked by those 3 judges, But someone from Red Bull might see and be like, okay, like he actually or she actually does really good when it comes to performance aspect of it.
Right.
Let's try to get her next year. Such a situation. It's something that you have to dig in over and over again. Mm-hmm. But going back to performance and battling, I think there's a lot of people who don't know how to perform. And being a performer is more than just going out there and just dancing. It's can you use your movement to encapsulize or pull the attention of everyone around you? Mm-hmm. Are you able to hold that attention? Can you play with the music to a point where everyone's on they're on that wait to be like, okay, what's going to happen next? Yeah. People who are really good at that, people like Happy, people can't think of my sister's name, Alexis, and people like Yoli. They're really good at keeping the attention and directing it when it comes to the actual aspect of performance.
Right.
Battling that hard hitting or that aspect of bet you can't do this or I do this better than you comes. A lot of people have that, but they're boring to watch. I was gonna name somebody, but I stopped myself.
No. We knew that.
But they can battle really well.
Yeah.
But it's just like, okay, you're boring to watch.
Yeah.
So I don't. But also, performing is something you have to learn. You can't. It's not something that I can tell you to do. Because you could do all these tricks and skills and stuff and still just be boring as hell. Also, a trick like a flip or something like that, if it's a trick, I don't care where it goes, how it goes, when you do it, unless it is in the formulary of your style's basics, or you're doing it to where it actually fits the flow of your dance, it's just a stunt. And the one thing that pisses me off is a lot of people do stuff like that in a battle, and a judge will be like, "Oh my God, yeah, that's the reason why." You will never be able to judge me. Right. Right. Never be able to judge me.
I feel you. Just let's take a quick note real quick. Who are the people in the scene that you feel like is the people that the young ones should come to? Like, just if you can list some people.
Off the top of my head, people who I would trust with the young generation, be it dance, advice, etc. DNA.
Okay.
Rogue. Sweet Face. MJ. Sometimes. Because MJ be on some hood shit. Obviously, Queen Lean. Desi, but also Desi's also learning, so don't overwhelm her.
Right.
Because I told her this before, once you created a lane with your event, you put yourself in there. Like you're in the ring now. Desi, she's learning, and so is Namiko. She's learning also. Those are people who are like still active. When it comes to like dance aspects and stuff like that, who aren't so much active, like Mouse is good. He's gonna kill me. Oh, I'm forgetting his name. Oh, from Orlando. Lito. Lito is good. Especially if you are of the religious standpoint, Lito is a very good person to go to. So again, is Queen Lean. They can get you together when it comes to dance and make sure you're on track, whatever you want to be on track with. Staccato when it comes to dance, yes. I haven't really spoken to Staccato on a advice or emotional kind of aspect, so I don't know where he stands or poses when it comes to stuff like that. So I dance, yes. I think that's it off the top of my head. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna stop and then later I'm like, oh yeah.
Nah, that's good. That's good though. Speaking of big events though, I'm gonna get back into my notes. Speaking of big events, thesis. You knew that was coming. Where you from? You said you wanted to make one. The first one. Did you make prelims the first one?
I don't think I did.
2015.
I don't think I did.
So winning. Vogue Fem. Vogue Fem. You say you went first every time.
And then that's what blows me. So,
Okay.
I think I've been to every single thesis. I was getting past, like later down the line, I was getting past top 16 or top 32, but I was always getting kicked out or wasn't making it through. And it just kind of became like, and I think that's also why that trickled into the whole, I don't think I'm ready for an international stage type situation, because people from just out of state were coming in and knocking me out. But I had to get in that mindset of, one, this is judge's opinion. So if judges aren't connecting, it's not gonna get across. That's when I also started to learn, oh wait, I can alter the way that I dance by who's on the judges table. So with this the winning year, I went and I was like, I'm here to have fun. I'm here to have fun and be a nut. And then I got to a point where I was like, okay, I can't have fun anymore. Like, I actually have to think about how I'm battling because I've gone too far. So when I made it to top 32, I was like, At top 16, I was like, After that, I was like, okay, no. And then I had to look behind who's behind the judges. We had a houser, we had a light feeder, we had a light feeder sounds so wrong. We had someone who does light feed. We had a hip hop head. We had she did more just pops, wax, all that. We had a crumper. So across that, I was like, okay, musicality wise, there are few people who can touch me. Few and in between. That was one. Two, there were some dancers who were in the mix who I already knew about, and I was like, okay, I gotta get into their bag before they can get into it. And then on the second round, swing back and show what I can do.
Right.
And that's why I went first.
Okay.
So it was more so like, I'm gonna go first and do this before you get to it, because when you watch me, you're gonna get scared. You're gonna mess up, or you're gonna think too much, and that's gonna give me that opportunity to be like, I got you.
Right.
And then obviously during that, I was like, okay, I gotta remember musicality. Think hits, think transitions, think angles, lines, and stuff of that nature, while battling, because I knew who was behind on the judges panel.
Yeah.
But again, that's just something that I had to come up with. But that win. I needed that. I needed that.
It translated too over film. Like all the little clips I seen, I could feel that was the mind state for it. And is it going back to being Vogue Fem and having to break through these barriers?
Exactly. It's, if you noticed, everyone who was in like the top 16 they did like the big three. They were poppers or lockers, hip hop heads, or crumpers. Like even what I want to say, top 4, 3 poppers, a crumper, and a Vogue Fem. Well, 2 poppers, a crumper, and a Vogue Fem.
Yeah.
We expand out. It was a locker, popper, crump, Vogue Fem. I was like weaseling my way. And it was again that presentation of being a queer Vogue Fem person, pushing my way through into again a battle aspect of where I know when I walk into a room, well, not in Florida, if I walk into a room of people, they're not gonna look at me and be like, oh, that's a Voguer. They're not gonna do that because I don't present in that way. But when I get on the floor and they see it, it's gonna be like, oh, what am I looking at? Then it's kind of like, now I have to push home, like in this space, as soon as you sleep on me, I'm gonna win. And then of course, this is being our biggest festival that pulls dancers in from out of state. I was like, yeah, if y'all give me that opportunity, I'm taking this.
Right.
It's kind of also like a freeing night. Like I was just like, let's try it. It was like, it wasn't no scary shit. Like, let's try it. Whatever happens, happens.
And to receive so much love after that win, I see everybody come hug you, embrace you. How does it feel to have that much love from your home, the scene?
So I am someone who, and I say this a lot, I think the character that people see on stage is not the character that I am in real life. In real life, I am not an extrovert. I'm an introvert. I like to keep to myself. I don't, like, I need, before I even go to a battle, I have to have at least 8 hours by myself.
Yeah.
Like, that's how I am. So my understanding within the singing, from what I gather, I feel like whenever I'm around, people are either A, scared to approach me, or B, don't know how to. Because I'm not out there like that. And it was kind of, after that win, having that happen, it was kind of like, oh, wait. Yeah. They know and acknowledge you. It's just that they're trying to do it the way that you want them to do it. Because again, to look around and see a lot of the older homies crying, and then see a lot of the younger homies crying, and it's just like, damn.
Yeah. Real family. Man, and you just mentioned how you went first. So like, everybody always want to go second, right? That's a good strategic move, a good strategic plan as far as like, hey, I'm gonna catch these types of beats or this musicality aspects of it. 10 people right now in the scene, musicality based, that you feel like kind of dominant musicality based.
There aren't 10 people. Staccato is very good musicality wise. Okay. LD, don't ever sleep on LD when it comes to musicality. His musicality is crazy, and the way he shows it gives me Looney Tunes vibes. Like, it's not a straightforward way like Staccatos might be. Yeah. Who else? Just musicality. God, dog, I have it on the tip of my tongue. X. If I battle X, my whole thing, I would never try to go toe-to-toe with him musicality. Yeah. Never would try to go toe-to-toe with him musicality. I'm not doing it. Happy's crazy with musicality. And it's kind of like, with him, he listens to little things in the back of the tracks that I personally would like, don't miss, I'll miss it. Yeah. You, with your musicality, the way you portray hip hop, when you do it, the what I call the stop and go method, where you go for a certain point at a certain speed and then slow it down with the musicality that you know is coming up. Also, who else? Symphony just started within the scene, but he's starting to show that he's going to be someone to watch when it comes to that too. Gumby bean looking ass. When it comes to people who are more up and coming, I won't say who are like on that level of musicality with the last group I mentioned, but are at that pocket level. I left Dante out of that last group because Dante also just likes to group a lot, but don't play when he wants to. He can hit literally anything and everything. Wow. Coming up, I cannot. Shasha. If you watch Shasha dance, I had to talk to her about this. When you watch her dance, her bounce alone on certain things, you can tell that she's going to be in that one of the people who are going to be able to pick it up. And audio is going to be someone who's going to be very good when it comes to musicality type things, but not for him. But in general, I think the fact that we have so many people who are going to be able to do that, the challenge is going to be who's going to be able to portray it better. Okay. Like I said, like with LD, the way he portrays it is not straightforward. Like, it's literally, for lack of better words, it's literally like Looney Tunes stuff. Whereas with Staccato, his speed and cleanliness is how he portrays it. And it's just like, see, two different things. If they were to battle, it'd be a judge like, okay, who do you think does it better? Along with every other stuff that they have as a battle aspect. And I think that's the biggest thing, especially when it comes to musicality and originality as a set. there are other people, and I just horrible with names, and I at the top of my head. But that's my right out the dome groups.
Yeah. That's good though, and I'm glad you mentioned the upcoming as well, because a lot of times I do these, and people mention names and stuff like that. I know sometimes people shy away from it because I like that you do that, because you know why? They gonna see this and they gonna be like, dang, I'm doing something right. You know what I'm saying?
And that's the thing. I don't think people understand the table is big enough. Because you eat here doesn't mean I'm not eating over here. And same thing when it comes to wins. I think everyone is so, and I can say this because someone's gonna be like, well, that's because you already got a win. I went a period of time without a win, but I was always getting the top 8. I was always getting the top 16. I was always getting the top 4. I was always getting to the final 2. I've been in finals more times than most people have been battling. But I think people think wins are what's going to get you remembered, and that's not the truth. Moments are.
Right.
I can guarantee you, if I sat down and be like, okay, name everyone who won Thesis. Exactly. You just cycled through, you named just 2 people right now. But if I'm like, name your favorite moment from Thesis, you're like, oh, boom, 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 boom. And I don't think you'll understand that. In ballroom, you're taught, make a moment. Yes, wins are nice and they look good. Make a moment. You always want to try to win. Make a moment. If a commentator remembers your name of a moment you made, your name might end up being in a commentation that they make in the future. Now you're immortalizing a song. When it comes to, again, when I walk into a room, when it comes to Florida dancers, the first question I get is, are you battling? The reason is not because they remember that obviously he's good. What am I gonna do? What crazy shit I'm gonna do that night? Make the moment. Yes, winning is nice. Make the moment. But a lot of the younger generation who's coming up, it's just like, I don't want you to think that we're gonna be like, no. No, we're gonna build you up, but keep in mind, when you do get to that point where you have to come face to face with us, we're not taking it easy on you.
Right.
We don't ever want you to give that. We don't ever want you to think that you got a win or you got close to a win because it went easy on you. If you earn it, you earn it. If you got it, you got it. Now I'm gonna get my get back, but you're playing with the bigger kids now.
Yeah. Wow, make a moment. That reminds me of, again, Red Bull. You know what I'm saying? That battle you did, you came out with the heels. Made a moment. You feel me?
So, and people, that's the funny thing to me. I watch Red Bull so much, and I'm like, okay, if it's a crowd pleaser event, and you know it's not judge related, why y'all just doing simple ass shit? Right. I was like, okay, if I ever get a chance, it's gonna be costume changes, because in ballroom, everything we do, our categories are all based off of costume. So my first go round, if you look at the switches, it's literally just the masculine, feminine versions or aspects. That's it. That's that switch. Yeah. If you watch the second go round, they're actually all Harry Potter houses, and I was gonna keep going but I got knocked out. But I'm like, half of the battle is showing up.
Right.
Why are you showing up playing?
Yeah. That's me. I didn't get it right. I didn't get it right.
So like at a normal ball, like not a ball, a normal dance event, sure, just come in dressed. But if you know it is crowd related and the crowd does not know your style, hell yeah, I'm gonna throw in a pump.
Yeah, for sure. I like that though, and that's back what we was talking about with just putting on a show performance. Now, taking a little turn, I know this is a crazy transition, but hosting, being the host, you be on the mic a lot, and you be at different events and stuff like that. Do you enjoy hosting?
Yes.
You enjoy hosting?
So my mom's always been like, you should be a comic, but I'm not a joke telling person. I could roast someone like there's no tomorrow. But when it comes to hosting, I get the chance to do both while understanding what the event is for. For instance, when it comes to the beginner intermediate battles, yes, I was there to host, keep the function moving. I'm gonna roast whoever I want to roast, especially when it came to judges, because they were all newbie judges, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get in your ass. But the whole point of the video was to be uplifting for that younger generation, to let them know, hey, we see you, come back, keep coming back, no matter how many times you get knocked down, keep coming back. And I think that's the biggest thing, is when you're hosting, make sure that the crowd doesn't get forgotten. So I might say some slick shit that someone might not hear, or someone will hear and be like, oh, they caught it. Just sit there paying attention. Keep them engaged that way. Whereas that's why I always say, if you're gonna host with me, I'm always gonna be bad cop. I'm gonna roast for no reason. Either you get someone who can do it with me, or you get the good cop who is like, who can keep up in that sense of just being overall nice and keeping it simple. But yeah, hosting is kind of like my next venture as I go into it for dance stuff.
So, but with that being said, though, while hosting, you have the ones that don't take it so kindly and feel like, dang, maybe he picking on me, or maybe da-da-da. What drama in the scene?
So I'm the type of person, no one in this can say, no one in the US scares me except the person that gave birth to me.
Right.
So if I have an issue with you, I'm gonna let you know off rip, no joke shit.
Right.
I'm gonna let you know, hey, I don't fuck with you, and that's that. I haven't had any recent beefs except for what happened in Undefeated. But again, and then even with that, I watched an event happen. This was 3 years ago, by the way. I watched an event happen. There was 2 Vogue Fems in the bracket. They didn't make it to top 16. I watched every battle, every person that entered. I was like, oh no, they should have made it through. I dropped a hit. Hey, who was judging? 2 judges hit me back and were like, hey, we were judging. This is what the points looked like. And I looked over and I saw that the other judge was a B-boy. So I was like, that's why. I was like, that's crazy. I put online, hey, I'm coming to Undefeated. I'm gonna run your lineup. And exactly what I said. I'm going to come to Undefeated. I'm going to run your lineup. And I went and ran the lineup. So I went down there, got through, battled all the way up. Got to semifinals against Happy. We tied. The rule at Undefeated was, if you tie, the crowd gets to pick who wins.
Okay.
I was like, girl, I'm not winning. I'm in Miami. Broward, Miami area. I'm in his home turf. He gonna beat me.
The crowd be loving you though, Katt. No,
but that's the thing. I don't be in Miami like that.
Okay.
So I don't. Now, if I was in there like that, I'd be like, okay, we're gonna have a fair beef. But I was like, he probably gonna take this one from me. I'm not. Of course, I didn't go easy. I was like, I'm gonna battle this man.
Yeah. Still a fight.
We tied, and then the second go round, the crowd picked him. He moved on against Staccato. They tied. That go round, the crowd picked him. He ended up winning the event. Right. Let's go back to top 8. Okay. I battle Butterfly. I love Butterfly down. Yeah, more than he knows. But his friend who didn't make top 16. So off rip, why are you in the conversation? I'm already on one while at the event, because they did 2 of my younger Vogue Fems wrong. Okay. That's what I thought. So I'm like, we battle, judges haven't picked yet, right? He yells out, oh, judges think this, that, and the third, you won, you killed him, da 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 da. They start talking to Butterfly. I'm just like, well, damn, fuck my drag. Like, I don't know you, sir. Yeah. You don't know me. So then they counted 10, and the judges all picked me. Again, I'm real bitch to my core. The clip will show you, because I still got that bitch. I turn and look at him like, well, the judges just picked me, so what's T? Yeah. Like, what's... Can't say none of that. Now, off rip, again, I'm from a different generation. if you talk shit like that, that means you're gonna see me later.
Yeah.
So I'm out and about. So the event goes on, we go home, I'm out and about. And I get a link sent to me by Dante. Dante like sends me a link and I'm like, what about this? I click on it, they're talking about it, Happy's talking about it on his live.
Yeah.
I'm in that bitch now. Oh yeah, let me in.
Yeah.
Let me in. Justin gives me his spot. I slide in and I lay it out. I was like, I went there for one mission only. When I got there, you inserted yourself by talking that shit on the outside of the battle. And of course, he was like, well, are you gonna battle every person who talks shit? Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Every person who's bold enough to say that shit either in earshot or to my face deserves the rounds given.
Right.
That's just how it is. And that's how I was back in the day. Whenever I said something out of line, out of pocket, or to someone's face, it was like, okay, we can settle it on the floor. In ballroom, if you have a problem, we settle it on the floor. So I said that, I was like, so you're gonna see me. Oh, I'm not battling in all style events. I'm focusing on crump, this, that, and the third, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
Crumpers don't do all the style events like that. It's like someone show up. And then a crump OG got in the chat and was like, that's a lie.
Yeah, that's a lie right now.
But even then, I'm like, do you not understand? We're not in the same age bracket. I was here before you. I was here when the Crumpers got down in the scene. I know some of the OGs. Like, it's not something new. I knew your big homie.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, it's not something that's like, oh, well, I said something, I have my opinion. Yes, you can. But like people learn today, you can say what you want, freedom of speech, but there are consequences to that.
Right.
And I was just like, so see me or shut up, basically.
Yeah.
Of course, no, didn't see me. Been 3 years, I still haven't seen. So at that point, one, I don't want my battle no more. I don't fuck with you. Anything that you do, I don't take seriously, because that's clown shit to me.
Right.
You had an opportunity to stand on what you said, win or lose. The fact that you were able to get into the ring with me would have been like, okay, dog, I respect you on that because you didn't run from me, basically.
Right.
But you don't even have, now that you said no and didn't want to do it, now I feel, one, like you don't see what I do as valid, one, and two, I feel like you think whatever you say just goes.
Yeah.
And that's not how it flies within the scene.
Right.
But other than that, I don't do drama in the sense I'm not wrapped up in it.
Okay.
If I'm putting some shit, I'm right then and there. Hey, what's tea? What are we doing about it? If we ain't doing anything, shut up.
All right.
But this thing,
People coming to you with drama?
yeah, I mean, and
Like, handle this for me?
not like that.
Okay.
Because I'm the type of person that's like, if you come to me with an issue, if you're trying to vent, find somebody else. If you come to me with an issue, that means you're trying to find out how to solve it. Yeah.
Okay.
Don't come with no bullshit trying to vent and be like, oh, I just want you to listen. Nah, go find somebody else. I don't care about. If your problems that you want to vent to, you have your mama, you have a sibling, an uncle, auntie.
Okay.
If we're not finding solutions for these problems, leave the hell alone. I don't care.
Yeah. Speaking of drama, right? Let me know if I'm tripping. This is what I remember. I could have been asleep. I could have been dreaming. Nah, everybody that know me know that I'm a big Let Twins fan. Did they come? I think it was Lauren. Did he battle Lauren?
Well, it wasn't really a battle. He came to ODS.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, he came to ODS. And of course, him being him, but he was dancing off by himself, which is weird. But a circle started around him. Of course, I'm gonna go on the circle. It wasn't like a battle where obviously the exchanges there.
Yeah.
But would I battle him? Oh yeah.
Yeah. For sure, yeah.
Light it up.
Yeah. I remember that story. I'm like, man, I'm gonna ask him about it and stuff like that.
I can respect what the twins are doing when they're doing it. All these copycats that come after them who don't know what the vibe actually is weird to me. And I did see a clip of like them trying to teach.
Oh yeah,
they shouldn't be doing that. They shouldn't be. Well, I mean, let me phrase that. They need to find a better way to get it to translate. Because the clips that I saw, I was like, no one picked that up.
You talking about like choreography or?
Yeah,
like,
I think they're doing choreo. No one picked that up.
Yeah. No, yeah. You see, I've been watching them since I was a kid, along with like them and X. So it's always kind of like the people I used to watch when I was a kid. And I always picked it up too. You know what I'm saying? Just like it's like, but then it's like that Michael Jackson effect. You know when you have like, not to compare them with Michael Jackson, but I'm just saying you have a lot of people that come up and they're trying to dress like them, trying to, you know, with the pants backwards, all that kind of stuff.
But Michael Jackson's moves, are not easy, but they're known and renowned and can be. If you're doing it wrong, you know you're doing it wrong.
Right.
Like his stuff is like, it's monumentally there. You know, if you do that move, it's Michael Jackson. If you do a move like the Les Twins do, I don't know if you're having a seizure, if you're trying to cut the move short or what.
Yeah.
Like they can only do what they do.
Only do. Yeah.
Like there's not much. And then there's of course people who are we had a set of twins who tried that shit back in the day, and we were like, no.
In the flood dancing?
We're like, no, that's not gonna cut it out here. It's not.
Yeah. I feel that. So like, just to sum it up though, like drama and dance separated. However, battle if need be.
So drama within dance is always gonna happen.
Yeah, because people.
Yeah, we're human beings. It's always gonna happen. My thing is, drama when it comes to shit talking can be solved on the floor. And I also have the thing, if you put your ass in a judge's seat, be prepared to battle. That's how I feel. Of course, people who are like, well, I'm not battling, I'm judging. And as soon as you say that to me, I know off rip I should not be dancing when you're judging. That's a me thing. If you're not, if you do top 16 and so-and-so didn't make it, so-and-so thought I need to make it, so-and-so calls you out and you're like, nah, I don't feel like doing, you shouldn't be judging me. That's a me thing. Now, there are people who are actually really good dancers who don't battle and when they're judging, but again, if they're battling, I'm not battling. I don't care how good you are.
Yeah.
If I feel like I should have made it and you fucked me over and I end up calling you out, you're like, no, that's disrespectful to me. Like I feel now I feel like you think you're above me, and now I gotta let you know. Now, mind you, there are some new dancers who I'd be like, "Are you sure about this?"
Yeah.
Because again, I'm about to get in your ass, and I'm not. But for someone like me who had been in the scene this long, and if I'm like, "Hey, you gotta see me. You gotta see me."
The respect thing. Judging though. I know it's different bags.
Not everyone should be doing it. I've said this before and I'll say it again. Just because you're good does not mean you're good at judging. Me personally, I've spent the time, again, I come from a different background, whereas I had to fight to get my style recognized.
Right.
So I know off rip, I'm going to learn at least the basics or the gist of everybody else's styles. So I know when I'm on the panel, okay, what I'm looking at.
Yeah.
On top of that, I have a bracket which I follow, like musicality, depending on the style, like how well they actually do the fundamentals of the style within the actual dance itself. The difficulty of said movements, things that are being done, the translation of the skill of the style when it comes to the music. It's just like there are things that are hit or miss for me. Also, when I'm doing a battle thing, if say there's 4 rounds, whatever round that went this way and this way, say this person did better than this person this first round, but this person did better than this person in the second round. So what if I cross the 2 winning rounds and put them together? Who did better at that? That might be my final my cipher, so I'm not throwing a tie, and I'm actually like picking one or the other. It's just small things like that, and also being able to articulate why you picked the person that you picked. Because again, I hate when I'm like, okay, I lost, bro, but why did I lose? Oh well, he was just give me bullet points on why I lost, so I can go back and work on that.
Interesting. I know. It's so much.
You're good. Go ahead.
Nah, it's so much. But because in my head, I'm like, dang. I know you gotta get ready tomorrow. You hosting Happy event, right?
Yeah, but I drive down tomorrow morning around 11. So. And my clothes are already packed. So
Yeah. So you ready? You good? I do this with everybody that I do an episode with. From the Florida dance scene, right? You can battle with one or battle against one. You can perform with one, and then you can session with one. Anybody.
So I can give you two who I can give you who I want to battle.
Okay.
I will always want to battle X. I will always want to battle. That's four. I always want to battle X. I'm always going to want to battle DNA. I'm always going to want to battle Sweetface, and I'm always going to want to battle LD. And each person for a different reason. Well, kind of different reasons. X because if you ever battle or watch X, you're learning something. The way that he conducts himself with his musicality shows you a lot that either you miss or don't pick up.
Yeah.
When it comes to Sweetface, when battling him, because he has an assortment of styles, you kind of lean in and see how the styles can be mixed.
Yeah. And
his blow-ups and things of that nature, how it actually correlate and should look when placed in an actual lineup. Again, LD with the way he portrays his musicality, it's just different, and it's kind of like, again, I have this thing where I look at other people's point of views to build mine better, and then DNA. Because she is so meticulous in her movements, like none of her movements are wasted. They always lead to something else, right? And I'm trying to get the grasp of that as well. I'm always going to want to do that. There will be people I will always battle.
Love it.
Performance-wise, this is going to get me canceled. Not a lot of people, there aren't many people who can perform. When it comes to people who are performing at the level that I would want to perform with, and excluding crews, I want to perform with. Now, when it comes to crews that I would perform with, I've already done Vibe. I would go back because they're a fun bunch. The Squad, I would like to, but they do like. You'd be like on the crew. I ain't got Orlando every other day. And then what was the last one?
Session with. If you just session with somebody.
So I'm weird about that because the way I train is a lot different than. Let me phrase that. I don't session much. I train. So sessioning is going there and just dancing around a bunch of people. Training is actually working on things to better yourself within what you're doing. If I go to session, I'm literally just going there just to try some stuff out left or right. But if I'm training, I'm getting in my bag to like work on things. So session, I'm just like, whatever.
So who would you do it with? Who would you session? It can be anybody though, you know.
Honestly, Robbie from the AKs, the Crumper Robbie. I want to see. I just want to see how he gets down. I want to see because not only the ferocity, but like the way he attacks his crump is it reads so different. I just want to see what he does behind his head, like what's going on, like what's his thought process. Because that I haven't had that opportunity. I don't get to cipher or session with a bunch of crumpers. So I kind of want to see what's going on behind his head whenever he dances.
That's fine. I almost had the opportunity to battle with bro. Him and X. We was gonna do a 3v3. When I think V3. No, the Floridians. No, it was V3. They did 3v3. Yeah. Also, yeah.
I don't do 3v or 2v anything.
That's the next. we're gonna segue into crews outside of the ballroom in the dance scene. You never think about?
So I had a performance one back in the day.
Okay.
But that stopped because we all got old. I don't think there's a battle crew that I like fit into. So that are already out or established. There's one that I fit into. I've been auntied a lot. For like, say like V3, whenever they bring in someone new, they always end up in my hair. So like, it's kind of like they'll learn like on each one, because I orbit them. Yeah. But I don't think there's a legit crew that I could fit into. Would I create another crew, like an active battle crew? That would have to I would need to see the few people who would actually want to go that route, because again, me training is a different bag than me sessioning. Yeah. So if we're training, we're actually getting into that, and we need to see the growth within each person. Yeah. And again, I'm not this was good, this was good, this was good. I'm not doing that. I'm not stroking your ego. You need to work on this. You need to work on this. You need to work on this. Whatever I didn't say, you did well. So a lot of people seem like, oh, I needed the uplifting. No, I'm not doing that.
But I mean, you did win Prelude with a crew. How did that come about? Well, I don't know how to pronounce the name.
Okay. So that the Akatsuki, that was X's idea.
I knew it.
So I don't like crews. I was my business. X messaged me. He was like, hey, I want to do this. You down? I was like, okay, you know what? Why not? Because each dancer could stand on their own 2 feet. It wasn't, I don't like doing 2 and 3 when people who I feel like I either have to carry or will carry me. Yeah. Like if we're not on like around the same footing, I don't want to be bothered. But each person could carry their own in the battle. And then of course we had Germs coming back into battling, so like wake him up, but every person could do their own thing. So that was thrown together. We had 4 hours of practice together.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, only 4 hours.
4 hours?
To do the commandos and everything that we got. Yeah. 4 hours tops. And then we went out there. Oh my God. We went out there, we battled. But again, like when it comes to stuff like that, because it was, and this is funny. He claims, he was like, I wasn't gonna do it if you said no. That's what he says. He claims that. And it's the kind of the direct dichotomy between us. Like when it comes to X, he gets into this thing where when he's battling, where he's like in there. Yeah. And I had to come out there and be like, hey, pull it back. It's a team thing now. Remember what we're doing. It's kind of just that give and take with each other. Same with the commandos. I was like, it doesn't have to be crazy. Do what we do best. Yeah. Make them fast, get in and get out. And that's what we did. So
y'all executed well. Y'all won. You know what I'm saying? And so I just, when I hear you say that you don't really mingle in with the crews, all right, we about to wrap up.
Okay, you good.
But tell me if I'm wrong about this. Is it self-consciousness from just, Vogue Fem, right? Being one of the ones to really break through. But you don't really feel, I know you feel accepted, right? But different styles.
In Florida, yes. Okay. In Florida, and I'm gonna again say without a big head, they can't deny me in Florida.
Right.
I'm
solidified.
Yeah, I paved my way here. Yeah. Like that. When it comes to dancing, they can't say nothing to me about that. I think my biggest thing now is because I'm starting to travel out of state and being noticed there. It's more like I'm gonna hit that wall again of having to reintroduce myself and re-push myself in these spaces. I'm hearing horror stories from other people who do my style, from especially in Chicago and stuff like that. Like they're just unaccepting, or it's this thought process of, oh, you only won because you're a effeminate gay boy. And it's like they want all the men to be effeminate gay boys. Like, well, if that was the case, sir, You would win because you're a bitch. But
Yeah. Yeah.
it's that whole thing. I'm just like, so it's that me fighting that again.
Yeah.
But when it comes to just like actual crew stuff, if I feel like if we don't actively train together, it's kind of gonna go left. Especially if it's not, again, everyone on that team could stand on their own 2 feet. So if we didn't have no more commandos no more, and we just went out there and did round for round,
Yeah.
we could do that. And again, I said it before, commandos will not win you a battle, especially if you don't have the appropriate time to dance.
That's a fact. We're gonna wrap up, man. We're gonna wrap up. But before we wrap up, real quick, is it something, because there's so much to unpack with you. I'm talking battle years after years. I do my research, and so it really is a lot of stuff. But before we get up out of here, like, is there something that you want to get off your chest, maybe say to the camera, anything?
There's throughout my years of battling, there's one thought that just keeps coming back, and it will always keep coming back. In the back of my head was, am I good enough? Especially when it comes to my contemporaries that I started with. Seeing how they're doing, and like dance-wise, and seeing what I'm doing dance-wise, I was like, damn, am I good enough? Am I good enough? That thought is gonna keep coming back. What I learned is, why are you trying to see if you're good enough with them when you're not on the same lane? You're not running the same race. With that being said, I mean, if XYZ is doing this style and you're not supposed to be, why are you trying to put yourself into that bubble? If XYZ is doing this style, you're not. So why are you trying to be that? The growth level gets better faster when you start worrying about you and not everybody else. So now my thought process is, what can I work on now? And I tell a lot of people this: when you're battling, when you're training, look at your footage. Make sure you have someone there. Look at your footage. Whatever you see in your footage that you are not doing, work on that. Stop looking around you and start looking at you. That's my biggest takeaway. And LA had to teach me that.
Yeah.
X had to teach me that. Dante had to teach me that. And it was just like that constant push of, damn, I'm top 4, top 8 internationally, winning thesis. Man, shut up and just work on you.
Thank you so much.
Of course. Thank you for having me.
I really appreciate it. That's all, folks. You gonna say? There's another episode. We're gonna wrap it up. Thank you for watching. Thank you.